The funniest person I ever knew was my Uncle Ed, who's no longer with us. Whether it's by nature or by nurture, the funniest person I know who's currently living is his son Steve.
I was very worried that I was going to have to come up after Bruce with the dominance. Anyway, so a few weeks ago, my dear friend and cousin Marty Gibbo told me that he was planning to have a talent show in celebration of his 55th. I was thrilled. As some of you know, I have done some funny comedy over the years, and most of it was, quite frankly, as I said before, pretty damn funny. So I jumped right in, I grabbed a pen and paper and sat down and waited for the laughs to come. And I waited, and I waited, and I waited, but nothing came. So tonight I stand before you with a sad confession today. I, Stephen Charno, have lost my sense of humor. At first, I was a bit panicked, I admit. But in the ashes of my newfound humorless hell, I spotted a greater purpose. Instead of coming up here and insulting your obvious intelligence with 5 minutes of moronic slapstick, I could instead use my time up on stage to identify and try to solve some of the global and potentially devastating problems that our civilization now faces. And maybe, in my own small way tonight, I can help to change the world. While nations across the globe and the international media have given a lot of attention to some of the more glamorous world problems, like global warming, overpopulation, and the shortage of clean drinking water, tonight I want to bring to your attention some things that are more immediate and potentially even more devastating. Global dilemma number 1. There is a chicken wing shortage of epic proportions. For decades, any commoner from here to Buffalo could order a virtually unlimited number of chicken wings for a little more than the change in his pocket. Our disregard for this paltry body part has now come to roost. The way to solve this crisis is to educate people regarding more sustainable forms of finger food, such as the big rib sandwich, jalapeno poppers, and the bloomin' onion. Unfortunately, tomorrow is the Super Bowl, and the International Chicken Council, the ICC, predicts that over 1.25 billion chicken nuggets will be consumed tomorrow alone. Frankly, it will be a miracle if chickens ever fly again. Global dilemma 2. The future has turned out to be a huge disappointment. Based upon TV shows I watched as a kid, by the year 2013, I expected at least the following things. Transporters, phasers, Vulcans, Cylons, Gigantor, the space-age robot, those thingies where you push a button and food comes out, flying cars, time travel, and apes that talk. Not only am I not hanging out with Gigantor, the space-age robot, our government has clearly let us down. And the prospects of any of this cool futuristic stuff happening anytime soon seems non-existent. Accordingly, effective immediately, all funding previously provided to NASA should be diverted to helping to solve the chicken wing crisis that I was just talking about. Global dilemma 3, man boobs. The National Health Center goes on and on about the epidemic of obesity taking over our nation, but little is ever said about the most heartbreaking byproduct of this epidemic. Ladies, look to your left, and then look to your right. Odds are that one of the fellas sitting next to you has a bit of the jiggle up top. That's right, man boobs. Recent statistics released by an international think tank estimate that 37.5% of all men between the ages of 25 and 45 suffer from this embarrassing condition. Step 1 in dealing with the shame of this problem is to raise the awareness of men in third world and undernourished countries to stop walking around with no shirts, because frankly it's making the rest of us feel very self-conscious. Global dilemma 4. My family and friends are constantly making fun of me for how pasty white my feet are. You may not think this rises to the level of a global crisis, but it does for me, and I'm frankly tired of it. And this ongoing harassment continues, despite the fact that I've received recent professional confirmation from a podiatrist who has confirmed that the color of my feet fall well within normal parameters. Left unchecked, false accusations regarding the whiteness of my feet could snowball, and before you know it, we will be revisited by discrimination not seen since the 1950s. The global community...
Don't quit your day job!
I figured that'd be you, Jeff. I'm looking forward to speaking at your 60th birthday party. The global community must not rest until me and my feet get the honesty and respect we deserve. And finally, global dilemma number 5. Over time, fart humor has not progressed as it should have. My 8-year-old son is still using all the same material I used 40 years ago when I was a kid. Silent but deadly, the Dutch oven, cut the cheese, he who smelt it delicate. Incredibly enough, I have even had to teach him what the one-cheek sneak was. An entire generation of young people who either lack the desire, the intelligence, or the ambition to give the greatest material in the history of humor the attention it deserves. From this point forward, I urge my fellow baby boomers to help take back the mantle of fart humor for all mankind and for future generations. Let's start today. The next time that you are out with people and you let one go, turn to your friend and try out any one of these new cutting-edge responses. Please enjoy my complimentary after-dinner mint. Or and the said Uranus have no atmosphere. Or finally, please forgive my sleep turbulence. Anyway, I am not saying that we can solve all of the problems of mankind overnight, but if we start to focus on the real problems facing mankind, perhaps we can make the world a better place.